everybody, I'm Alice Keeler, and I'm here with like one of my besties in the world, Lisa. She's my mentor and an amazing human being who I just sent out the link like, hey, I'm going live, and she jumped in. She doesn't even know what we're live about. So surprise, Lisa, we are going to be talking about scratchers in FigJam. So, I wrote a book on student engagement, and I wrote a book on Jamboard. That's the one that I was thinking that it was in Jamboard. Actually, I had it in both books. It's how to make scratchers with Jamboard. But of course, Google is discontinuing Jamboard, which is a real problem for my book since the book's about Jamboard and that's gone. So we were able to catch it in time. So it's actually not part of my newest book on student engagement, 50 ways to engage students with Google Apps. But I was like really feeling bummed because I really liked the scratchers. So the idea of a scratcher is you have stuff that's hidden and then you rub it off and you have different choices. It's kind of like a mystery choice board. You can use it in a variety of ways. And then I got to thinking, because I've been using FigJam as my alternative for Jamboard. And I'm like, it just doesn't work the same. The way it works in Jamboard is you take the pen and you scribble over stuff. And when you scribble over things in Jamboard, it erases where the eraser is. It erases the whole stroke. So like before where I would do this and I would cover the whole thing with pen in Jamboard, FigJam, it just would erase the whole thing at once and then there's no scratcher. And then it suddenly occurred to me the other day, like, make smaller pen strokes, Alice. Make smaller pen strokes. I know it's not wrong.
Brilliant.
So I made a template and I'm just going to demonstrate. It's actually really easy and I think pretty cute. So I'm just going to demonstrate this and see. Oh, my friend Lisa's here. I have two Lisas.
Hey, Alice.
I have a almost Lisa in my name. It spells lice, but we just changed the C or maybe pronounce it in a French way. Maybe I'm kind of a Lisa. Okay, that's just silly. We're doing scratchers, other Lisa, and we were able to do it in Jamboard, and I was really mourning that you couldn't do it in FigJam. And then I'm like, of course you could do it in FigJam, and I figured it out. So I'm gonna share about that. And other Lisa, you've done this with me before. Just interrupt, make yummy noises. So I am here at Figma.com. Now, Figma accounts are completely free. There is no paid version. It's not freemium if you're an educator. So make sure you've signed up for a free Figma account as an educator. And if you put at Alice Keeler at the end of the slash, you can get to my page of templates. So I have like a whole bunch of FigJam templates that I've been doing. This one with the Pac-Man's pretty popular. So the one I'm going to show you today is this one on scratchers. So I'm going to go there. Let me drop this link into the chat. We'll see if it's available. Oh, Sarah's here. Sarah, whose name is not Lisa, but she's saying hello. We love Sarah. She's the best. Okay, so I'm going to open this in FigJam. That's going to open up a copy. It's showing, it's coming, thinking about it. What it is, I went into Canva, shocking, not shocking. I love Canva, I use it a lot. And I just made I did a Jamboard background. I went to Jamboard, you type that into the search. I made a Jamboard background, but then I made squares. I made squares, that's it. That's all I've got. Here's squares. And then I went over every square and I colored it in with a marker. But I did not color it in with a marker. I made very tiny pen strokes with a marker, which I will demonstrate. So the way to make this work, let's give it a go. I'm going to do a Shift 2 automatically. Shift 2 automatically resizes it for the screen. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some text boxes here. So now this could be a reverse choice board. So just like pick three and you don't know which three things you're choosing. Or it could be elements of a story. So these are things you have to include in your writing, or you have to include these things in your science experiment, but you're going to pick so many out of the whole thing. So I'm going to put, here's blue, T for text box, green. I'm going to do this real sloppy. T for text box, yellow. So they might get a color they have to include. What about a girl's name? I'll put Kamala, because we hear a lot about that one recently. T, we definitely need a Lisa. We'll throw my sister in there. Oops, wrong spelling of Lisa. Put my sister in there, T.
I really like the sort of risk of choosing 2 or 3,
Yeah, and you can think of like probably 100 reasons you would want to do this.
My kids would be really like, oh, which one did you get? Oh, I'm not going to pick that square. I'm going to go, they would consult. I like it.
I feel like I'm like running out of ideas. So anyway, whatever. You put something on all the squares. And then
Olympics.
Yeah, okay, let's do an Olympic sport, right? So there is swimming.
There you go.
This is not an Olympic sport, but I am like right now obsessed with Snoop Dogg. You know his grandkids call him Papa Snoop. It's too much. My heart's just like, this is so cool. But I just watch YouTube videos of Snoop dancing, and like he's the best cheerleader. Like this is what I need in my life.
Cute.
Positive.
We did not know Snoop was what we needed this summer.
I know.
Exactly.
I got pommel horse guy.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we've got gymnastics.
Yes.
Gymnastics. However, that's not spelled correctly, but we're just gonna roll with it. And then I'm gonna put shooting because you guys seen the guy from Turkey who won second place, and he just showed up with his hand in his pocket, no gear, and he's like, boom, second place. So I'm just gonna put that on there for fun. Okay, right. So you can just put whatever you want in here, reverse choice board, or just elements of things to include in an assignment. And then I've already created the covers, but let me show you how I did it. Is I literally just went in here to the pen, and I'm going to choose black. And if you hold down shift, it'll actually make perfectly straight lines. So the first thing I did is I outlined it so that I had like a border. I'm on my trackpad, so forgive me. I did this before on my Chromebook with the pen, and it was obviously slightly easier, but actually this isn't that bad. And then I just zoomed in, and I just make short little, and I make them in different directions, right? They're not all horizontal or vertical.
Oh.
I just kind of like make very small lines over the whole thing. And then after I've got it, looking like sprinkles, I then switch to a fatter marker, and then I'm just making like dots. So I'm filling in I don't know why it's doing that. It's probably because I have Zoom on, but I'm just trying to fill in between them because I want to have. Here's the thing: the first time I did it, I had like a lot of pen strokes just covering it, and then it starts to choke. If you have too many pen strokes, it's slow to load. So the idea is to do this with as few small strokes as you can, which is why I switched to the bigger marker after I've kind of made sprinkles all over it. Whatever. That was my strategy, just to get a few less. But I'm going to come over here. I already have this done for you. V for select. I'm just going to lasso the whole thing. Okay. Copy. So Control Z copy. I'm on a Mac, so I use Command. And right now, it's a little grumpy with me. Do you see it kind of lagged as I tried to move over? It's like, what are you doing? Okay, so then I'm just going to click on this section and Control V paste. It's pasting. It's a lot of very small marks, so it does lag, but I think it's worth it. So I wouldn't do more than one board, and you might want to go over and delete. In fact, you should. You should go over and delete. It's worked really good on my other computer. Hold on. I just got a little pop-up that said that the tab froze. I would delete the one that has the scratcher covers, so you don't have twice as many as you need. See, it was there. It came. It's refreshing. I am running the StreamYard while I'm trying to load up all of these dots, so it is not this slow. There is a little lag, but it is not this slow when you're not using all of the resources. Okay, I did a Control V paste. I just tested this, so of course it's just trying to make me look stupid. I tested it several times. I promise this works great.
I can see a lot of ways that you would use this, though, Alice. I mean, I can see as a story builder. I can see it as a review. I can see it as some kind of matching little game.
Yeah, you can just for math problems, you could just put a bunch of math problems on there and then they scratch 3, right? So they don't have to do all of them. And it's a little bit of fun. Not everyone's doing the same thing. I'm now going to use the arrows and nudge this into place. I can drag it of course, the problem is, again, I'm running this StreamYard and it's angry at me. Wherever it lands, I'm going to leave it. Just trust me, when I'm not on StreamYard, it wasn't so bad to move it into place. But do you see how it's all selected at once? You don't want to deselect because it's a whole bunch of little dots. You don't want to move each dot one at a time. You want to move it all at once. So when I control V paste and it's hiding it, I'm now using the arrows to move the whole thing at once into place. And it's still thinking about it. It's coming. It's going to come. It will. We're just going to leave it. It does work. Don't do this on a StreamYard. So then you're going to switch over to the marker. So the students are going to use the marker. And so because each pen stroke is just, little tiny, and they all overlap, it'll end up erasing like you're scratching it off. So I'm really excited about that, when the internet catches up to me. I'm going to refresh. I'm probably going to regret that. Come on. I did. I tested this. So you're just going to have to trust me that it's not this slow.
We trust you, Alice.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Didn't I just push refresh? It's cycling through here.
And I think junior high age kids, certainly middle grade kids, you could teach them how to do this themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Right? You generate the 15 terms from, Fahrenheit 451. And, that's your final.
Love it.
Right?
Well, and it's nice though, because you're also here on a FigJam. So you have this infinite canvas. So whatever it tells them to do, they have room to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, see, it worked. It's there. Okay, pretend that they're lined up. I promise it's not so horrible, but I'm not going to move it again. You just get the eraser. So when you're on pen, you have these different choices that you can put some fun little tape on there, highlighter, and use the eraser. And you can see that I can I'm scratching it off. You see how it's slow revealing?
Oh, yeah.
It does work.
Nice.
Look, what's under there? See, it's a mystery reveal. That was fun. So tips, maybe you have less choices. Maybe you make the rectangles smaller. You can see I obviously did not need them to be that large. So if we did a bunch of small circles, so that you don't have to have as many pen strokes, and don't do it while you're, doing a Zoom or something. But I thought I had fun making it. It actually wasn't that bad. I thought it was heinous to make it because in Jamboard, you can't select stuff. So when I was trying to make the scratcher in Jamboard, I had to color every single one of those squares. Well, here in FigJam, I only have to do one. So, I got the border edge on there, and then I did a bunch of little small strokes with the skinny pen, making it look like sprinkles. And then I used the larger one to put dots and fill in the gaps. And then I just lassoed the whole one rectangle. V for select. Okay, I just select one. What did I just do? Let me lock that. Okay. I'm just going to select one, and then I duplicated the one square several times. Right? Is it going to do it? Yeah. See, right? So I duplicated that one. I put over the next one. Then I circled both of them, so I was able to do 4 at a time. Whatever. It really just took me a few seconds once I made the first one to fill in the rest of the grid. So you don't have to use my template. Just color over it in very small pen strokes, and you have a scratcher. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share today.
That's kind of its own math problem, Alice.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I think it's awesome.
How few clicks can you cover this whole number of squares?
Yeah, that could be interesting. I think the more interesting is just that we're here to have fun, like that slow reveal. It's engaging. I just went into Canva and I got a fun looking background there. I mean, it just instantly felt like it elevated a little bit. And so many opportunities to do creative things when you have like a mystery draw. So The thing
Love
I
it.
So
still
much
can't
fun.
figure out is how to pull a rabbit out of this hat, which I was able to do with Jamboard, and I was like, not so much with FigJam. But that doesn't mean I can't, because I'm just gonna have an epiphany one of these days. I'm like, oh, you can. So far, I've been able to do pretty much everything I can do in Jamboard and FigJam, and I love FigJam. So, all right. Well, I
Love
appreciate
it.
you joining me. You're the best.
Lisa squared.
Lisa
Yeah.
squared.
Fun,
Bye,
fun
guys.
little tool. Thanks, Alice.
Thank you, Alice.
Thanks.